I've been fantasizing, just looking in your eyes. You know I'm looking for more, and you're what I've been praying for.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 25, volume 3 of a special Super Bowl edition of Big Fan. My name is Chad East, and I'm a big fan of free throw shooting with zeros on the clock. Elementary school talent shows where we can act like Simon Cowell and ridicule first graders. And last but not least, New Year's resolutions that take a sad, sad turn for the worse.
My name's Hank Eimer, and I'm a big fan of watching city employees spread ice melt when they're calling for 40-degree weather and rain.
Yes.
Finding yourself in the youth basketball championships with an opportunity to complete your season undefeated. Sitting on January 31st after dominating dry January.
Oh, congratulations.
Woohoo!
So it's a wrap? I mean, this is it?
It's a wrap.
Oh, my gosh. So how were we going to
There are
celebrate?
four of us. There are four of us.
Did everyone make it?
Not a one, but me.
You're the only one.
I'm the only one.
Well, congratulations to you. Hey, tell our audience a little bit about Dry January. So you made a pact to yourself and these other comrades that not one drop of alcohol for the month of January.
That's right. And you know, the funny thing is you were talking about New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
So I went into it. You know, it's easy to say Dry January when it's December 27th.
Sure.
Because you are coming off weeks of abuse.
You need some time off.
Weeks of abuse. So I said, I'm going to do it. Our good friend LT said, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had two other buddies, Ben and Mark, said, I'm going to do it. Right? So we get into this thing. And right when we started, LT goes, well, you know, I'm going to be out of town on like the 10th, and I'm having a steak, and I'm going to want to drink a glass of wine with that.
He's out.
I was like, all right, you do you.
Yes,
you're out. So he did it, but he played tennis with you the other night, and apparently you guys had drinks together.
I was getting ready to say, if he's saying he made it through the Dry January, I'm calling shenanigans.
That's at least twice.
Yes.
Our friend Mark had a birthday mid-January, and his wife begged him to celebrate, which he did, and I think he had some other times.
Sure.
So
multiple other times.
Multiple other times. So I text Ben yesterday when I found out about LT lack of it, and I said, just tell me it's me and you. He said, I was on vacation last week and had 3 beers. So I'm the only one that's
lone survivor. Yep. Congratulations, man.
I appreciate that.
That's pretty awesome.
You know what, though? I'm going to be just completely honest with it. I slept better. There's some positives. There's some positives that go with resetting your relationship.
I bet on the weekends you woke up and felt ready to go, right? Monday mornings felt normal.
I can't tell you how much I got done between 7 and 8:30 on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. You know, you'd be up and I'd be like, guess we're going to 8:30 church. Guess what? What else we going to do?
And you haven't been to 8:30 church since you were 15 years old.
You've never been, so don't even start.
Hey, I didn't do Dry January. I know better. I know me.
You do know
I know me. I would have lasted till January 2nd. So anyway, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Sticking with the New Year's resolution kind of theme. So I made a resolution earlier this year that I was going to get back into swimming, Hank. Okay. And so I did some research. I wanted to find a pool that really fit what I'm trying to do. So
a lot of speakers, maybe a tiki bar.
Exactly. Palm trees kind of everywhere. But anyway, so I did some research. The Y pool, it's great. It's freezing in there, man. I'm telling you, it is so cold in that pool. I can't do it.
Lenore Ryan.
And secondly, they have swim lessons it's not swim lessons, but swim practice for the kids. So the times that I can swim, the kids are in there dominating the pool from like 3 o'clock till basically 7 o'clock every day. So they're out. Went to check out LR, nice facility. A lot of kids swim lessons where I'm supposed to be there. So they didn't really have the lap availability. So I did some other places, even went out of town to find a pool. Found a pool.
Valdez.
I can't tell where I'm going because it will do some damage to this place. But anyway, found this pool. This place is awesome. From 3 to 7, nobody's there, right? Nobody's there.
Chad time.
It's more of maybe a rehab therapy kind of place with, it's not an Olympic sized pool, but it's big enough. I mean, it's big, nice size laps or, whatever, distance.
You're just pushing off the sides back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
One stroke. Yeah, I've been to pools like that. You have two, like literally it's two
hold your breath and push.
And then you push them back. Yeah. So anyway, I get to this place. I go in there and I notice there's a lot of old people, which is nothing wrong with old people. I love old people, but there's a lot of old people. There's like a gym in there, and then there's this side area for the pool. And I walk in there. There's 3 lovely ladies, very attentive. Hey, welcome. This is our facility. Check it out. Here's a towel. Here's this. Here's a water. Making it real comfortable for me. I go into the changing room, take my stuff off, got my own locker in there. I'm like, hey, this is really nice. Go into the pool area, nobody in there. Tip my little toe in the water, 88 degrees. Dude,
88 degrees?
88 degrees in the water. It's like almost.
You'll die in there exercising.
It's so awesome. I mean, it's so comfortable. Compared to the other pools that are like 38 degrees and I can't even get in them.
They should be cold. Do you understand that when you're doing exercise, you can sweat in the water?
I sweated a little bit in the water, which is fine by me. I'd rather be comfortable than cold or warm than cold. Anyway, let me proceed. So I do my 30 minutes, get out of the pool. I'm feeling fantastic. Grab another towel. I've talked to, making friends in there. Hey, what's going on? Get back into the locker room and I'm like, this is me. This is my spot. I found it. Get in the shower. They got soap, shampoo. They got all kinds of stuff in there. Come out, getting my clothes back on to go back to work. And at my locker, I'm like, something just doesn't. Something's a foul here. Something doesn't smell very good.
Okay.
And so I'm getting on my shirt, getting ready to kind of put my pants on, sit down, put my shoes on, and I look over. And I think an older gentleman might have thought they were in the bathroom, but on a bench, and then decided to use the restroom on the bench where we're supposed to be changing clothes.
Holy cow. We're not going back to this facility, are we?
I was like, what in the world is this? What in the world is this? And so I grabbed all my stuff. I kind of hurried out of there and explained to the people, hey, I think someone's had an accident in there. Not anywhere near a toilet. Basically, right on a bench where you're supposed to change and put your clothes on. So anyway,
were they like, oh?
Excuse me, sir. We'll be right.
Or were they like, yeah, it's Phil.
Well,
Phil does that often.
They acted kind of embarrassed, and I really didn't know what to say. I wanted to get the heck out of there because it was really gross. I mean, so gross. But that day was perfect until that last 2 minutes, and I don't know if I'm going back. What do I do? I mean, everything else is perfect, except what if every other week Phil decides to go to the bench and use the restroom? What am I going to do, Hank?
What if Phil is getting ready for the Senior Olympics and decides to land landmines in the pool? I'm telling you right now.
That's scary.
I'm telling you right now. You do not ever go there again.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Unless they will sign a waiver that I won't have to, if that would never happen again.
You swim with your mouth open? I wouldn't dare go back in that pool.
That's so nasty.
That is disgusting.
I've got to figure out if I'm keeping this New Year's resolution of swimming again moving forward, because that one kind of, it's hurt me. It startled me. It scared me.
It was me too. I was going to guess it where it is, but there's no way I'm bringing that on.
Let's don't bring that to the table.
Yeah. Thanks for that story, Chad.
Hey, you ready to move on?
Let's get out of that.
Let's move on. Okay. So Hank, basketball tournament. You mentioned that in your big fan intro. I got a couple great stories about our basketball too. Your team made it.
Yeah, we have.
We made it too. We're in the finals. We played them all.
You've had a pretty up and down season.
Started really strong.
Lost to the worst coach ever.
Yes, absolutely. And thank goodness he didn't make it to the. Actually, I would have liked him to meet him in the final.
Yeah,
that would have been fun. But anyway, so we made it to the final. We started really hot, then we lost 3 in a row, and we kind of found our groove right before the tournament started, right? And so we've been in some barn burners where we won by one last second, made all kinds of stuff to get us to the tournament. I just want to tell you this one story about how we actually made it here. So we're the 3rd seed. Nobody really thought we'd make it. We were at 4-4 all year. But my team has got a lot of heart. And I knew just with a little energy and inspiration, this team can make it. We have what it takes. We just had a couple bad breaks. So we are fighting our way through the tournament. In our last game, my daughter, Lucy Rose, is a really good little player, like a little bulldog. She's very aggressive. We are down 1 with 13 seconds on the clock. Granted, being down 1 in this league is basically being
Game
down
over.
10. It's, I mean, you ain't going to score. 13 seconds. We got to inbound.
Now with 13 seconds.
Yeah, we got to inbounds the ball under our basket. They can full court press. There's going to be 18 turnovers between now and 13 seconds when they can press. So anyway, we diagram a play and just like the set of screen. Lucy Rose, come get the ball. Take the ball. Go to the basket. Just go to the basket. If you get a chance to get a shot off, just let it rip. Either they're going to foul you or at least try to get it up to the rim because, we don't get many shots because we turn the ball over a lot.
Right.
Anyway, so here we go. Call the play. Boom. We get it in bounds. That's hard to get it in bounds against a press in our league. It's really hard. 13. Lucy's got it. 12, 11, 10. She's dribbling around, weaving around girls. 6, 5, gets down to passes half court. Now we're at the 3-point line. 3, 2. We're just like, shoot.
She at 3-point line now?
She's at so she's been dribbling around just trying to get to the basket.
Right.
3, 2, 1. She's at the 3-point line on the side. No way she's going to make it, but she tosses it. The ref calls a foul on the floor, not while she's shooting, on the floor with zeros on the clock. We're in the 1-1 right now. Lucy Rose has to go to the free throw line. Zeros on the clock. That means they bring everybody off the free. You're behind the half court line.
You're by yourself.
Yes. And so she looks over at the bench like us and she's like, what in the world am I going to do? And we were just like, you can do it. Come on. You can do it.
1-1.
1-1. So it's either you make this
do or die.
This is it.
You're down by 1.
We're down 1. She goes to the line. The ref, I know he was trying to be kind and knew that she was nervous.
What did he say?
He was
Good
like,
luck.
Yeah, he was like, no pressure. Bounced it to her. He said no pressure. What? You can't say that to a 9-year-old girl. You don't say that to me. And I'm 40 whatever years old I am.
8.
Yeah. So anyway, bounced it to her. No pressure. Anyway, she 2 dribbles. And so she's been in this Elks Lodge Papa shot thing for a couple years. And so we practice free throws. We really practice them. And so, which was great to see, she went through the routine that she does when we practice. And you could just tell her she was focused, man. Focused. I was praying. I was like, please God, just for her sake. This would be incredible for her. Let's make this thing. Gets up to the line, 2 dribbles, looks at her target. Swish.
Yes.
First one in. Crowd goes wild. Rah, rah, rah. Still on the line. Got a chance to win it now with zeros. Goes up to the line, focus a little bit gone because the first one's in. Goes up there, boop, boop, rattles around the rim, falls out. So we go to OT. Long story short, down to OT, nobody's scoring a basket. Lucy Rose gets fouled again with about 24 seconds. Goes to the line, makes one, misses one. We hold on, advance to the finals.
Advance to the finals. Attaboy.
Survive and advance, Hank.
That's what we're doing. It's funny because it's each game is so we were undefeated through the year and we played 9 games, but 6 of the 9 games were close. There, and so like with these last 4 teams, any of these last 4 can win, right?
Yeah.
So last night when we were down 2 with 20 seconds left, and we were going back and forth,
yeah.
And we had this play go off that 2 parents came up to me after the game and go, "Did you draw up that play?"
Ooh, tell me about this
play.
Did
you draw up? So, when you get the ball midway down, so not half court, but on the midway on half court, right?
Yes.
So our play is our 2 best guys sit at half court and they pick off screen off each other. Mm-hmm. One runs the line.
Right.
One goes straight to the top of the key.
Okay.
The Braden pops out. Our third option pops out. Our 4th option stands still. Right in front of the passer, stands completely still. Everybody's
whoop,
yes,
whoop, whoop, he'll be open.
But he's our 4th option, right? Boom, straight to him.
Yeah.
2 dribbles, shot, right? Misses, gets his own rebound, puts it back out.
Oh, incredible!
Okay? It was incredible.
Wow,
goes crazy. So, but very easily, we very easily could have lost that game, just like you. It just it takes games where you shouldn't win that you win to win a championship,
and a little luck,
A little luck.
Now you're
playing Saturday at 10.
Yes,
and you're playing.
We don't know. Well, the team we're playing played last night at 6:30 or 7:30, and I haven't heard the results yet.
Wes Barkley's team won.
They won.
They beat the Tar Heels.
They beat the Tar. I didn't.
This is breaking news.
Breaking news. Dun-dun-dun. Breaking news. Thank you, Hank.
Wes Barkley will be your competition. Okay.
Wonderful. Okay.
So our competition is I would say our team's got the most talent. Mm-hmm. They may have the best player. He is huge compared to our kids. He has 20 points. So we got to learn how to contain this big kid.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll have a strategy. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. And I'll look forward to seeing you out there tomorrow. Championship weekend.
We're going to come watch your game.
Good. And I'll stay and watch your game too. Good luck to you and the boys. Staying on this. And
it could be two
championships right here. The big fan. Unprecedented. Before we get off the basketball topic, let's just take a few minutes just to talk about Kobe. On Sunday, when the news came over that Kobe had passed, and I hadn't heard anything else, just Kobe's name. I didn't know who else was in the helicopter at the time. And my friend Tucker is so good about this. I love Tucker for this. Anything that's sports related. I mean, it could be
a trade,
anything.
Yeah,
he will give me a text almost instantaneous, like. Anything sports related, bowling, cricket, basketball, you name it, highlight. If it's sports related, Tucker wants to keep me informed. And I love that about him because he's a sports dude.
He's like your sports assistant.
Yes, absolutely. He's there to just feed me the data and then let me react. And I always send him back a text like, hey, I wonder what this means if it's a trade. I wonder what this will mean for the Chiefs moving forward. Anyway, so we have some banter back and forth. Well, anyway, he sent me the thing and he said, bad news. Kobe Bryant passes away in a helicopter crash.
Right.
And typically, when he sends me stuff, I send him right back. I was in a state of shock. I was like, this cannot, Kobe Bryant, he's like a god. There's no way this could happen to him, And so I kept looking at the phone. I was like, please don't let this be true. But I know Tucker would not joke about something like that. Right. So I knew it was true, but I just did not know how to react. So I go to the television immediately, flip on the TV, and you see the news is starting to trickle in. And the reaction by really the world has been unbelievable. Did you think that Kobe would have this type of influence, not just over basketball fans and just not over our country, but I'm talking about the world, his impact?
It's crazy because, the type of player he was almost immortal. Like you think of him like Jordan, like the best ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing crazy is going to happen. Yep. And it just shows how like vulnerable, and how fragile life is. And, when I was at a funeral.
Oh gosh.
When somebody told me that he passed away. And, it was, no more present than right there at that moment when I was at a funeral. But, it goes to show that life can end in a blink of an eye. Mm-hmm. And, as the story, I didn't realize the full story until I read an article about it about 2 days ago about how the pilot, was really confused or, where he was. And it was dangerous conditions that they were flying in. Mm-hmm. And, he couldn't hear the air traffic controller.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
And they kept communicating with him and
So we were playing tennis and we were talking about the situation or the tragedy, and one of our friends is a pilot, and I was like, because the news I heard is the pilot that was flying the helicopter was Kobe's man. Like everywhere Kobe went, that was his dude.
Right.
That was his dude. And I asked our buddy, I was like, man, would there ever be a situation if like the weather is really bad and they say don't go, but you got your man in there and he's got to be somewhere. And he's like, man, I got to be there. We got to go.
Yeah.
Would you ever just say, all right, let's go?
Yeah.
And he said, nope. You don't do it. You just don't do it. Even it's your best buddy and he's got to be here. It's $1 million deal on the line.
Right.
You do not risk it. And I'm not saying that's what the pilot did by any means. I'm just saying, you can see being in a circumstance like that, how it would be if that question was posed to you, we got to be at this game, we're going.
Right.
That would be hard if that's your man that you fly for, that pays your salary, but you would have to be the professional and say, we're not doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sad.
Very, very sad.
It's just sad.
Tragic.
It's sad. And, the other people involved, and that's kind of what was nice about Vanessa Bryant when she not only said, hey, thank you for the the prayers and the commitment from the world to Kobe, but her feelings for the other families involved, because there's kids without both parents now, and that's awful.
Yeah. Anyway, so rest in peace, Kobe.
Where would you rank him? I mean, this is the story. This is the question.
Absolutely,
this is the debate. Now.
I didn't realize how fantastic he was until he's gone now, and they're showing all his games. I saw the 61 point game. His last game. I saw the 81 point game against the Raptors. His championship runs where he would just take over and do whatever he wanted to do. His practice regimen where he would be the first person in the gym and the last one to leave because he said, no one's going to outwork me. Unbelievable, because I wasn't even that big of a Kobe fan.
I wasn't either.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like my top 10 favorite player, not top 20 favorite player.
Me neither. Got to respect it, though.
That's what I'm saying. You got to respect him. So when it comes down to it, the top players of all time, I have Michael at 1. I have LeBron at 2.
I do too.
And I would probably have Kobe at 3.
I do too.
That's where I would
do too. It's crazy about Kobe, which I didn't even realize, but if you take both jerseys and put them with 2 different players,
right?
Both those guys are going to the Hall of Fame.
Both be Hall of Fame.
I mean, that is crazy. The amount and how close the numbers are between the two.
Yes.
But I mean, he was a stone cold killer.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean. And I don't think LeBron is.
No.
I think Michael and
Kobe are very similar.
Similar cold killer. And the thing that I keep seeing is the trash talk and the confidence. I mean, when he was on an All-Star game, it was one of his mid All-Star games, and it was him and Michael. So it had to be kind of early. It was him and Michael. They had an exchange. Kobe did not back down 1 second to Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I think there was a conversation that he had about Michael, and he was like, there's certain guys that are going to talk trash, and you're going to dominate them, and they're still going to talk trash, and you're like, hey, we all know what the score is here. We all know what the score is.
Yes.
Michael and him, he was like, we got the best of each other, but you weren't nervous about the other guy, but you knew you had to bring your best for him. And he was like, the only other person in this world that was like that, like me, is Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's high. It's company.
Yeah,
that's a good class to be in. Jason Williams, the old Duke Blue Devil, who had 1 year as a pro. You remember the point guard for the Bulls
before he got hurt on the motorcycle?
Yep. He said his rookie year, he was playing in Chicago at home, and they were going to play the Lakers. Well, he comes to the gym at 6:30 in the morning and hears a ball bouncing. This is in Chicago, not LA. Here's a ball bouncing. And he's like, man, somebody's here early. And he goes in there, and it's Kobe, and he's kind of starstruck, like, oh, Kobe Bryant is here? Because, Kobe's at this point he's already a legend. Yeah. He's incredible. And so they started talking, and so they warmed up together, went through their exercise regime and what they do to, warm up during the morning. And so then Jay Will said he went back, did some other stuff, ate lunch, all this other stuff, came back to the gym. Kobe was still in the gym. Yep. And so after the game, Kobe lit him up for like 38 or whatever. They started talking. And Kobe was like, I was not leaving that gym until I saw you actually get in your car and leave, because you were never going to outwork me. Yeah. That's what he told him. You were never going to outwork me. And so he did not leave the gym until he saw Jason get in his car and leave.
I heard him. Awesome. Last story. I heard him talk about his work ethic. One day they were talking about his, does he believe that he is the best? Yeah. Or, one of the best. And he said, my mindset is different than everybody else's. And he said, Michael and I have this complete killer instinct. But he said, it's about the math.
Okay.
And he said, it's about the math. And he was like, when I get up to work out in the off season, I get up at 4 a.m. I'll be in the gym at 4:30. Mm-hmm. I'll work till 7:30. I'll go eat breakfast.
Yeah.
I'll come back to the gym at 9 and I'll work till lunch. I'll eat lunch. I'll go back to the gym at 1 and I'll work till 4. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, most guys are going to be there from 9 to 11 or 9 to 11:30, and then they're going to be there from 1 to 4. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have 2 more sessions of 3 hours, 6 more hours. Now put that into a week, put that into a month, put that in the year. Look at how much more I've trained than these guys. Why wouldn't I be better?
Yes,
how couldn't I not be better?
Yes, wow.
And so he was like, that's the DNA. It's not the DNA, the mentality of it is I've spent years more than people getting ready for these games.
Wow. And so think about the years more of working out, shooting, practicing. It gives you more confidence because you got to believe in yourself. If you know you're outworking everybody, you know that they can't hold a candle to you. So when you get to the court, think about how confident you are. Dude, I'm in the gym more. I work out more. I run more. You can't check me.
The other thing he said is that Phil Jackson had a huge impact because he said every time that they went to practice, Phil made it. He said the problem is everybody wants a day off. Let's have a light day. Yeah. Let's go through things. He said every one of Phil Jackson's practices, you got your feelings hurt. You played hard. He was like, it was more intense than a game. Really? And he was like, so when you'd get to the game, it was easier.
Yeah.
He was like, people would get their feelings hurt because we'd get in fights and we'd get mad, but it was more intense. Yeah. And he was like, and that's what a practice should be. Your practice should be harder than your game. Yeah. And the game should be the reward. And he was like, if I made that shot in practice over Shaq, I could definitely do it over Ben Wallace.
Yes. Deadlift Shrimp ain't got nothing on me, right?
Vladdy.
So, you mentioned Phil Jackson. I haven't heard any comment from Phil yet. Have you heard anything?
I haven't either.
And maybe we won't because Phil and Kobe had a really strong relationship. I mean, it was tight. But he's really the only one that I've not heard any comments from, tweets, email, anything. So he's probably truly affected by this.
I'm sure.
So anyway, rest in peace, Kobe. There will be no one else like you.
Can I say the downside of this?
Sure.
The thing that I think is the worst in something like this is a tragedy and everything. The media is awful.
Terrible.
I mean, it is the terrible. Media gets excited over this stuff like this and so when it happened on Sunday. It happened on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Monday, I was listening to a radio show and the guy came out and he was a VJ or a DJ or whatever. Yeah. The way he was talking, and it seemed so insincere, like he was Kobe's best friend. And I could tell he was trying to get impact for the audience. Sure. And I thought, these guys whore their way out on tragedy to make ratings. And I hate, I was sitting there, and regardless, a lot of people didn't like Kobe. Yeah. Like they thought he was an ass.
Sure.
But for the media to do that, I felt like, and I felt like there's probably NBA players that are overselling their personal side of it.
Of course, so they can get their face on the television for a minute or two.
That's what I don't like about social media. That's what I don't like about the media with all this stuff.
I agree. I'm going to throw one more really sad thing because you know his relationship with his daughter, Gigi, and she passed in the accident too, which is so sad. And this thing called Girl Dad's been going around just really moving. A bunch of my buddies who have daughters like I do, they're taking pictures because their daughters are athletes or they're really smart kids or they're artists or whatever. And so anyway, taking pride in the relationship between your daughter. I heard this story, and this is so sad. So Gigi loves basketball, and Kobe, loves basketball. So they have this immediate bond. And so he actually was their coach. They were called the Mambas, so they were the coach and everything. And Gigi was going to go to UConn. And UConn's got this powerhouse of a team, and the sky was the limit. So what they were talking about with Gigi's passing, can you imagine in the WNBA, Gigi's there, Bryant on her back, Kobe supporting her with 110%. Do you imagine what for girls basketball, she could have done? Yep. You know what I'm saying?
He said on New Year's, they said Stephen A. Smith was with like Jay-Z and some other guys and Kobe on New Year's Eve, or around New Year's, and Kobe was talking about, he was like, wait till you see Gigi. Mm-hmm. Wait, she's got my mentality. She's got my DNA. Yeah. She's got my work ethic. She's going to be something special.
A star.
And you're exactly right, because he was really trying to push girl basketball and female basketball. And I heard that interview where they were talking about he was around his family and somebody was like, oh, Kobe, you need to keep trying. You and Vanessa need to keep trying for a boy so you can get your legacy going. And Gigi was like, that's my legacy.
That's right. Yeah. And he said, I don't need a boy. I'm a girl dad. Yeah. So I just love that.
That is great.
So anyway, I I hate it. It's just such a tragic story. But anyway, yeah, thinking of you, Gigi, and Kobe on this day. And, rest in peace. All right, buddy. So one other thing I wanted to mention, because we're on this theme of young folks and basketball and all this stuff. I was asked to help out to create a talent. It's not really creating a talent show. There's a talent show in place for Oakwood Elementary School where my daughter Lucy Rose goes. And it's just this great event that happens at the middle of the school year, and all the kids bring their finest talents to the stage, right? So you'll have singers, jugglers, soccer players, comedians, jump ropers we've had, dancers, you name it. We've seen it at the talent show. Well, anyway, I was asked to kind of help organize this and help with the rehearsals and get the show ready to go. We've got our friend Andrew, who's behind the glass over here, is going to help with the lighting. Andy Roney's actually the executive director. He's putting on the show with the music. So anyway, they've asked me to come help and go into the room when the kids come and kind of help them to make their act a little better. All right. And so there's another fella in there with me, Andy Roney, and we're kind of like good cop, bad cop. Right. And so they come in and I'm like, hey, thank you guys so much for being a part of the talent show. We're so happy to have you. I cannot wait to see what talent you're going to bring today. And then Andy's in the back like, get over here. So it's like kind of, he's the Simon Cowell. I'm the Paula Abdul, if you will, of the show. So we start.
You think this is good for these kids to say?
Wait till you hear this one, buddy.
Has it already happened?
So the rehearsal. Oh, yes. We're on our first rehearsal was yesterday. We've got our next rehearsal Thursday, and then the show's next Friday.
You're going to shatter some egos here.
Listen to this. This is funny. I mean, just listen to the story. It's great. So anyway, the first groups come in, and we start with youngest to oldest. So the first group comes in, and there's a first grader, and I don't recall his name, but he's got a little harmonica in his hand. And I'm like, and he comes in, he's really shy, like he doesn't even want to say his name. Hi, I'm Chad. What's your name? So what is that again? So he very, very shy. Doesn't want to be there. He's just shy. He wants to show us his talent, but he really does. He's just a very shy guy. So we're like, all right, Andrew, it looks like you're going to play the harmonica for us. Can't wait to hear it. Whenever you're ready, Andy's getting all the lights and everything kind of queued up, and we're like, you're on. And Andrew was like, hello. I'm going to play the harmonica for you today. So he gets up and he goes like this. And he puts it down. And Andy and I are looking at him, and I'm like,
yes.
Andrew, you know what? That's phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I'm good. I'm Paula, right? Way to go, Andrew. That's so great.
Yes.
So
more of that.
The bad cop over here to my right, who he's got to do it because his task was to whittle down the field. We can't have 30 acts.
Right.
We're supposed to have 16.
Right.
And so he says, Andrew, I'm going to be frank. That is not a talent. Anybody can walk up on the stage and blow into the harmonica. This is a talent show.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm kind of like looking at Andy, and he'll listen to this, and he'll find it quite funny because this is exactly how it went down. And I'm like, whoa. Oh, but Andrew, it was great. It was great what you did. And he said, if you want to, so then after I say that, he says, if you want to be in the talent show, you're going to need to learn a song. All right, you're going to need to learn a song. And I'm looking at poor Andrew, and he is like shaking like this. Poor
Is Mom
Bella.
and Dad in the room?
No, it's just the kid and us critiquing. And so he like turns away, and like I think he's just trying to flee. He wants to get the heck out of there. And I'm saying, Andrew, before you leave, I said, let's take what Andy's saying. He said, learn a song. So do you know Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? And he said, yes. And I said, sing it with me. Twinkle, twinkle, boom, you got it. I said, well, let's do this. Hold your harmonica up. And even if you went like, you can be on this stage. I said, can you do it, Andrew? Can you do it? He's like, yes, I can do it. I can do it. So he leaves. And I looked at Andy. He was like, whoa, that's pretty rough, brother. That's a first grader. He was like, I know, but we're trying to help him. Right. So
trying to help him.
So the first rehearsal was yesterday. We go through the list. I'm on the mic. Andrew, playing the harmonica, please come to the stage. Please come to the stage. Look around.
No show.
No show. No Andrew. But anyway, maybe he's saving up for second grade talent show.
Maybe.
So that's the story of the talent show, how the rehearsals and how the auditions have been.
Unbelievable.
It's brutal, brother. Brutal.
Good acts? You got some good acts going on?
We have some fabulous acts. His daughter, Mallory, who blowing me away with her voice. She can really sing. She's in it. Lucy Rose is dancing with her friend Ella. There's a couple other girls singing.
JB in it?
JB was going to choreograph Cece's dance to what's that show? What's that song that everybody Little Nas?
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. So she has a horsey and she has a cowboy hat and she has this whole dance routine. And
she didn't make the cut. She didn't make the cut.
No, listen, she's going to make the cut, but she got really nervous. Kind of a little bit of stage fright. Yeah, so she did a fabulous job, but she couldn't do a rehearsal. So we're going to bring her back next Thursday. She's going to.
Okay.
Rehearse again. Yes.
Old Town Road.
Old Town Road. She was great. There's a really hilarious 2 comedian groups that are just awesome. Very dry humor. Like they'll tell a joke. I can't even remember. They're around spacecraft. Like they're focused on spacecraft jokes, tons of spacecraft jokes.
Sure.
And so he nailed one. And so he'll just look up. See if you know what I'm saying. He'll say it and then look up to see if he gets a laugh, and then he'll just go back down his list. Hilarious.
That's great.
Hilarious. So anyway, the show is next Friday. It's going to be pretty awesome, but that's how it's been at the talent show.
That's funny.
Hank, we've got a lot of other great things to talk about, but before we do, let's take a quick break and thank our sponsors.
When you want it, where you want it. Podcasts and videos produced in Western North Carolina. You're watching themesh.tv.
So, Chad, before we get started, I know you got a couple of things that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
I get a live video last weekend. And I have a friend of ours that sends a video, and the only thing that it says in the comment line is, I got chatted.
I got chatted?
Chatted.
Chatted, okay.
Okay?
Uh-oh.
So what this means is many of us know that you will create a dark, deep hole late into the evening and drag people into this hole with
I
you.
wouldn't say this is a dark, deep hole. I think this is a tunnel of light, a tunnel of glory.
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Well, first of all, somebody said that they had a very hard time. They're very sleepy and had to get up on Sunday and they could not do it. Yes. But the other thing is I got a video of you and one of our close friends singing very close to one another. Like very close, like cheek to cheek
like
almost.
Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born.
It was uncomfortable to watch this.
Delete this video immediately.
And I knew it was probably about 12 a.m. and you were feeling it. So was the other guy. But I will say the other guy, I don't know if he was feeling really good or what, but about every other word was incorrect that he was singing on that thing. And so you guys were really playing off each other. You were talking about good cop, bad cop,
yes.
but you guys were really singing. I think you were like forgetting every fifth word. He was forgetting every other word.
Okay,
and
good.
we had a full song.
Yes.
So I just wanted to tell you, shout out to my paparazzi and my source out there, ready to provide me with a video because it was a scary sight.
Yeah, well, the scary, even scarier, there are videos like that all across the cyber world,
all across
the whole universe. There's a lot of people that got chatted about 2:00 in the morning and you're trying to sing something that doesn't sound just perfect, or maybe you're doing this dance move where your shirt's half off. It's all over the place.
Right.
So my suggestion to everyone who owns one of these videos, delete immediately.
Put it down.
Delete. Yes. Thank you. All right. So buddy, we're going to try something new. I know how the hit of our show is when we go through the list, Hank's Hierarchy and all these other games we play, and we get to dive deep into your brain. Okay. This is a new game. Okay. This is called The Weakest Link. And how this game works, Hank, is I know you're a TV guy. You love some movies, love sports, love music. I'm going to give you a couple shows, movies, whatever they might be. And I want you to tell me, out of the ensemble cast or team, who is the weakest link of the group. Now,
I don't know these. To the audience, we have not talked about these.
No clue, so I'm just going to drop them on them. So I'll call it out. You just tell me, kind of walk through it in your mind, if you will, so we understand how your brain works. Are you ready?
Sure.
Weakest link, television is where we'll start. I know that you love this show. That's why we're going to start here first. The show is Seinfeld.
Greatest.
Remember the ensemble cast. You've got Elaine, you got George, you got Kramer,
Jerry.
you got Jerry. We'll start.
We're not going to do the peripheral.
No.
We're not doing Newman.
Let's
We're
go
not
with
doing
the
any
main
of that,
characters.
guys.
Talk to me. Who is the weakest link of this group?
I would say throughout the duration of the show, I'd say it changed a little bit.
Let's walk us through it.
Okay. I'd say at the beginning, the physical, Kramer was always the physical comedy.
Yeah.
But I'd say the very beginning, Kramer was the weak link because he didn't add comedy. It was just physical, right? It was just the way.
Walk in the door. Yeah,
but then as the show went on, they added him a little bit more parts, and he did a little bit more.
Yeah.
George was the same way towards the beginning too.
Okay.
Right. I would say Elaine and Kramer held different parts. Now, I love Elaine's character.
Yes.
I think she was hilarious. But I think both of those were the two characters that probably ebbed and flowed the most. Jerry, I think, was consistent. I think George was consistent in different ways.
So give me the week. If you had to take one out of the show, who's it going to be?
Probably Elaine.
Okay. I don't, you're a way big more Uber Seinfeld fan than me. I like the show. What I thought Elaine for me was the favorite. She was my favorite cast member. I thought the weakest link was Jerry. And before you give me a weird look, so Jerry, it's the genius of Jerry. He wanted to put characters around him that could be the star.
Right.
Even though his name's on the marquee, he didn't have to fill the role as the star. That's his genius. So to me, the show isn't even about him, man. It's about those other three members.
I disagree.
That's why we're having the show. So anyway, my weak link, Jerry. Your weak link, Elaine. Well done. Next, I don't know if you like this show as much as I did, but I really love this show. It was Friends. We've talked about it here before. You've got 6 main characters. Right. You have your Ross, you got your Joey, you got your Chandler, got your Phoebes, got your Monica, and you got your Jennifer Aniston, Rachel. Weakest link.
Ross, by far.
He's everybody's weakest link. Tell me why.
He's the worst part of like a man. You know what I mean? Like you look at him, and you're like, he ought to get his ass kicked. That's the way I feel when I feel like Joey's hilarious. I feel like Chandler is hilarious and has
absolutely
like
hilarious.
Some intelligence to him. Mm-hmm. Phoebe would be the next. I feel like her comedy is weak. And that whole thing, it was kind of like Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars. I feel like it's that goofball comedy. So I definitely Ross is a no-brainer.
Yeah. So Ross, if you do a poll of this stuff, I mean, he's coming in at like a 63% clip as the weakest link. For me, Joey is the weakest link. I'm trying to,
but that's his character.
I know, but it's hard out of that group, that ensemble cast, to pick a weakest link. I'm just saying, Joey, he did add some humor, like the dumb athletic jock humor, right? And to me, even though it's hilarious, I'm on a little higher level than jock humor, Hank. More sophisticated. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, you're a sensitive guy. I get it. Just like Ross.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So you got Ross. I got Joey. All right. Modern Family. You know the show?
I do. I don't watch it all that much though.
So if you want me to take what I see and then you can come in. So it kind of ebbed and flowed too for this character that I'm going to go with at the end as my weakest link. It's this last season. It's getting ready to end. The show is hilarious. Easily the strongest character to me is Phil Dunphy. That dude is absolutely hilarious. Everything he does.
He's a real estate agent, right?
Real estate agent.
Yeah.
I figure you would like him.
Yep.
So
I think he's hilarious.
Oh, so funny, everything he says. So when it started, Sophia, not Sophia, what's the wife's name? The Latino.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know.
Beautiful. But when it started, her character was the weakest to me.
Right.
As it kind of progressed, she got a little bit stronger. And when it first started, one of the strongest characters was this little guy named Manny. It was the beautiful, her son who just was witty. His character he's a little boy, but he acts like he's an adult, right? And he's like dressed up in suits and scarves, and he has a fake cigar that blows bubbles and all this stuff. So when it started, Sophia, whatever her name is, was the weakest, and Manny to me was the strongest, but it completely shifted. Now, Manny, he still acts the same, but now he's like 28 years old. His character's terrible. So if I had the weakest link of the show, Manny is the one. Phil be number one.
I would have said the dad or the new husband to the pretty woman was the weakest.
Al Bundy guy. Yes.
I mean, I think he's just there for, he was a celebrity. The two guys that are the couple are hilarious.
Oh, they're great.
They're great. Dumpy's hilarious.
Yes. She's
a good, I'm with you. I think that guy had served zero purpose. You could replace him with anyone.
Okay, got you. And I'll throw one thing more in here. So the little girl who's adopted by the two guys, the little girl from Korea, She's the worst actress of all time. I'm just going to throw that in there. She is not good. Okay?
You're really hitting on all sides, killing
I'm
kids
killing
on
kids
this
today. I'm killing kids. Okay, last but not least for television, and we'll roll right into movies. Office. Do you watch The Office?
I do.
Okay, give it to me. Weakest link.
You know, it's probably a peripheral. You cannot. There are a ton of strong characters, but I'm going to go with which person was actually. You know, I don't remember their names. Okay, so the manager.
Yes, Steve Carell.
Steve Carell certainly is not the weakest link.
Yeah, he's
the
great.
The young couple.
Yeah, Jim and Pam.
They're not. It would either go down to, I think Dwight Schrute was a push. Okay.
Love Dwight Schrute.
Okay.
Number one for me.
I think he was a push, but I also think that the Phyllis character was just a space eater.
You had to have I understand what you're saying. You had to have a Phyllis. Mine would probably be Stanley. Me and my daughter.
Stanley was fantastic.
Me and my daughter went through this list, and I said Stanley. She was like, "What are you talking about? Stanley's the bomb. I love Stanley." But mine easily is Dwight. Funniest to me is Dwight. I think he's hilarious. But you know what? I take that back. I might go. No, I was going to say Jim is the weakest link, but you got to have Jim in there.
And I think Jim's humor is hilarious.
He is great. I don't know on this one.
And then the new guy, who's the new guy that came in?
Andy.
Andy.
He's awesome.
He's hilarious too.
Awesome.
He's one of the stronger ones.
Yes,
too.
love it. All right. So anyway, I'm going to have to say it not applicable. I can't pick one for The Office, and you're going Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Okay, very good. All right. Straight into movies, Hank. We'll just do a couple of these. Star Wars, the original cast. Give me the weakest link of the cast. We're going to count Han Solo. We're counting Luke. We're counting Leia. We're going C3PO. Two droids. We'll throw in Chewie. Well, now we can't throw in Chewie because he doesn't say enough. He doesn't do enough.
Yeah, I'm not kicking Chewie off anyway.
Yeah, he's staying on your list. Go ahead.
Original cast when we're sitting there, Leia's got to be it. She's a non-decision maker. She's getting carried around. She doesn't, she gets in the end a general for no reason. What has she done? She got thrown in a compactor with him. She got caught by what was that ball that was floating around that had a syringe on it?
Oh yes. Hit her with some truth serum.
Yep.
That's a good choice. But Leia, she is the princess, and she's princess, man.
Just because she was born into the throne,
I got to keep her. You know who I'm getting rid of? He's just a bag of parts. He's going to be C3PO. He's out the door.
The guy does
so
suck.
annoying.
Guy does suck.
I cannot stand this guy.
I would probably say the same thing, but I don't consider him a character.
Throw him in the trash compactor. Compact him. Let's get rid of him. Chewie, he's staying.
Oh, Chewie doesn't have to say anything, man.
You the bomb. That little crossbow laser shooter. Unbelievable. All right, this one. You're much more fan of this movie than me, and I don't know all the characters, but I know the one that would definitely be the weakest link. We're going Avengers. There's a big group of Avengers, but we're not going to go to like Ant-Man and all that.
I was going to say Ant-Man.
We're going to condense down to the main group of Avengers.
Okay.
All right, so let's go.
Golly. Spider-Man?
That's your weakest link? Whew.
I mean, are you talking about your like Black Panther people? Ones that they've made. So you got Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther.
Guardians. Let's go. Like you got the dude, and you got your Thor, you got your Captain America, you got your Spider-Man, you got your Black Widow, you got your Iron Man,
Black Widow. You're gonna have Black Widow.
Done. Over Black Widow, easy choice, right?
If you're going to add Black Widow, I'd even throw Wonder Woman in there. You know, I mean, I don't even know if
I don't think she's in that family.
She's not
in
that
a different family.
Yeah, but I mean, by far. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, let's go do them real quick.
Have you watched that?
Yes, of course.
Oh my gosh, they're hilarious. I think the only person that you could probably say is the weak link in that is Groot, because all he says is "I am Groot."
But that's half the movie.
But I do love Groot. I think Drax, who's the bald guy, is hilarious.
Yes.
He's the jacked guy.
Yeah, Drax. Yes,
Drax. Yeah. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's great.
He could be the funniest. We watched it the other night, and Harris was horse laughing when he looked at the
Drax.
girl that had the.
That's who my weak link is. That girl sucks. What did she say that's funny, or did she?
No. They were talking about beauty, and he looked at her, and he was like, "You're beautiful too." On the inside. And Harris just died.
That's great.
But I'm with you. Like that chick, she was terrible.
She got to go.
But Groot's pretty bad too.
Yeah, love it. All right, last one for movies. This is kind of tough, but Pulp Fiction. So let's just talk about the characters real quick. We're going to take Marcellus Wallace. Right. We're going to take Uma Thurman's character. We got Bruce Willis. We've got John Travolta, and we got the man Samuel L. Jackson. Those are going to be our five.
Right.
The weakest link out of this crew.
John Travolta. I know, okay, so it's a tie between John Travolta and Bruce Willis.
Tell me why.
Okay, I think Bruce Willis, his character was a little bit exaggerated on his toughness. I don't think he was the guy to play that part. I don't think. And I think when I saw John Travolta, he needed to be cast as a guy that was tougher too.
Okay.
So, I mean, I felt like he was kind of a weak choice on that.
Okay. Mine is John Travolta too. That's my weak link. I had it down because Samuel L. Jackson, he ain't going nowhere.
Marcellus Wallace would have been a good choice.
Possibly. I thought Uma Thurman was great in the movie. But I chose John Travolta because it was between Brad or Bruce Willis too. But Bruce Willis in the scene when he goes to the bar and he asks for the pack of the red apples and lets Al Green is playing in the background and he's getting ready to go talk to Marcellus about the fight. Just because of that scene alone, I was like, Bruce Willis is staying. That sumbitch is bad.
I would have said Jody maybe. You remember when, when he was buying the heroin?
Yes.
Which one's Jody? The one with all the crap in her face?
That's it. Yeah, so anyway, that's good for the Pulp Fiction. We both agree on John Travolta. Okay, we're moving into sports. We're going to go real fast here. The Dream Team. All right, mine is Christian Slater. The original Dream Team, 1992. Who is the weakest link? I've got the players.
I was getting ready to
You
say.
got Michael. You got Magic. You got Larry Bird. You got Charles Barkley.
Pippen.
Karl Malone. John Stockton. Chris Mullin. Scottie Pippen. Clyde Drexler. Patrick Ewing, and the Admiral David Robinson. Christian Laettner's on the team too, but we're not going to count him because he would be the weakest link.
The Admiral.
Admiral was the weakest link.
Yeah, I would have said Chris Mullins, but that cat could shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the post player, but you got a key. You got the Dream on there.
Yeah. No, he's not on there.
Who's the other big guy?
Ewing. You got Patrick Ewing.
In his prime.
In his prime, yes. You have Karl Malone playing the 4. Anyway, so you're going Robinson. I'm going to go Chris Mullin. We got a lot of shooters on this team. That's a tough choice, but that's a loaded squad.
Loaded.
That squad is
I'd rather
nasty.
I'd rather have Drexler down low than Drexler and Malone standing outside Ewing than David Robinson.
Okay, maybe so. All right, so last one for sports. This is a tough choice. Okay, I don't know if you've heard about this team, but in 1992 at the Foundation Center, there was a team called Follow the Leader.
Chad East.
This team consisted of uber athletes. Are you ready for it?
Chad East is my weakest link.
Listen to the team. So here's what the team consists of. We were regular season champs. Lost in the finals. Okay. Chad East, point guard. P.D. King, 2. Will Rowland, 2 and bench. Hootie, 5. Roger Young, 4. Steven Sparks, 3/4. Casey Goodwin played the 3. Rob Nance, Waterboy. John Wade, clean my shoes. Tell me the weak link of this team.
I'll tell you the weak link of this broadcast right here is you, because all you're trying to do is bring your buddies' names into this thing. Okay, I'll say you all suck.
Okay,
and I can't believe you would try to pull that because you're bringing Steven Sparks into this. All right,
he was
that's
an all-star.
A knife at a gunfight.
He was an all-star in 1992.
That's a knife to a gunfight. Okay, if you want me to say the weakest link, I have a multitude, but today you have shown low bar. You remember when I was criticizing the media about 15 minutes ago? You're the person.
No.
You are this person. You're the person that does this.
Do you think I said this just so I would get to bring my buddies' names into
Hi,
the
John
mix?
Wade. Hi, Mr. Nance. This is ridiculous.
Oh, so funny. But at least I know they'll download now. At least there's a couple extra downloads in it for us. Yes, they will download this episode, no doubt. And last but not least, we're going to go music. Weakest link, Jackson 5. Is it Tito? I don't even know the other one. Jermaine. Is it? Let's just go with.
I think Jermaine.
Just go with Jermaine.
I think Jermaine's the weak link because have you heard of Jermaine afterwards?
No, I have not.
No, you heard of Tito. Like maybe he smacked somebody around or.
I think Jermaine did have one hit. I cannot remember what it is, but we'll find it and we'll bring it to the next episode. But yeah, let's just say Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Okay. Awesome. That got through weakest link. Good job. Now this is last but not least, Super Bowl props, Hank. So there are a million Super Bowl props here. And I know you and I could talk for days about will Mahomes throw for 307 yards? The over-under is 54 and a half.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Nobody wants to hear that stuff. You know what they do want to hear, Hank? They do want to know the odds of Demi Lovato's national anthem length. Will it go over 2 minutes or under Let's go.
She knows this now because this used to be a real obscure bet that I guarantee the people would not even think about. Like they didn't hear about it, they didn't care about it. She knows about it, and she's thinking about what she's going to do.
Where would you say she goes? Over.
Everybody goes over.
Me too. Over 2 minutes. Will Demi Lovato wear a skirt, dress, or gown? Yes is minus 180. No is plus 140. What that means is if she wears a dress, or skirt, gown, minus 180. The underdog is like pants or like jogging pants or shorts or whatever. What is she going to wear?
She's going to wear a jersey.
Like that.
She's going to wear a jersey.
So we're going to go no plus 140.
Right, because that's not a dress. What if she wears a jersey
that's a jersey.
Okay.
I don't know. We're counting that as jersey.
If I lose that bet, you're going to argue.
And actually, I'm marking this down too. So I'm the bookie. You're going to end up paying me if you lose these bets. Okay, here we go. Will Demi Lovato omit or forget a word? Yes is plus 500. We need 5 to 1.
No,
no way.
She's a professional.
She's had an issue in the past.
She's a professional.
It's Super Bowl. She's had an issue in the past.
She's coming in.
Okay.
She's coming in.
Will her mic be
get it together?
Will her mic be on a microphone stand, or will she just hold the mic without a stand? No microphone stand at all.
Earpiece.
Yes is minus 170. No is plus 130. You're saying no microphone stand.
No microphone stand.
Will any player take a knee during the national anthem? Yes is 4 to 1. Will there be a player who would take a knee during the anthem? It would be big headline news if someone did.
I'd say yes, they absolutely do, especially because
that's 4 to 1.
Kaepernick is in the news that he's kind of getting screwed over by the NFL.
But who would I don't know, man. That's a huge stage to do something like that on, and maybe that's why they would do it. I don't know. So you're saying yes?
I'm saying
that's 4 to 1. Put $10 on, win 40. See me? Look.
Thank you.
Yeah. Will the total of Donald Trump tweets during the Super Bowl over 13.5? Under 13.5. Under 13.5. What do you think he comes in at? He likes to tweet.
I think he comes in at 8.
8. Okay. Mark that down. Will Shakira have a wardrobe malfunction?
I hope so.
Yes, please do, Shakira. The hits don't lie. I'm trying Shakira. Please have a wardrobe malfunction. If you do say yes, it's a long shot.
No.
Yeah, but anyway. Okay, here's some other fun ones, Hank.
She's too popular to do that. She's not coming back from nothing.
Yes. So when the Super Bowl announces their MVP, whether it's Mahomes or Kittle or whomever it will be, who will they mention first in their speech? Will it be teammates, even money? Will it be God, 2 to 1? Will it be the city of Miami, 5 to 1, or the city of Hickory, where they're from? Will it be their coach, 5 to 1? Will it be the owner of the franchise, 14 to 1? Will it be their family or family members, 7 to 1?
City.
Or would it be anything else, 5 to 1?
City.
So the first thing he says is, I like to thank the city.
Our fans. I'm going to say our fans.
Okay.
The
city of Kansas City.
So if he says, hey, I want to thank our fans, this is for our fans.
I like that. 5 to 1. 5 to 1. Good. All right. Got you down. J-Lo.
You didn't write anything.
J-Lo wardrobe changes during the halftime show. Will she change her outfit? 2.5 is the number. Does she go over the 2.5?
I was going to say 2, so I'm sticking with 2.
You can go under the total. Will there be a Pitbull sighting at the halftime show? He's from Miami. Will Pitbull show? If he shows, which they think he will, he's minus 500 to show.
Yeah,
so you think he'll show?
I don't think so.
You don't think he'll show?
No.
Interesting. How about this?
He didn't just get on stage because he's from Miami.
I'll take that bet. Let's do this. J-Lo's doing the halftime show. She's down with Pitbull
care.
And Shakira. So I bet Pitbull shows up. Give me $10 on it.
What's the odds of it?
Well, he's favored to show up on the stage.
Well, what are the odds?
Okay, if he shows, I get 10. If he doesn't show, I give you 20.
For tax purposes, we'll do this after the show.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so got a couple more. We're flying through them right here. Flying through them.
We're not, but
what commercial will appear first? Because these companies that I'm going to call out
Ford is unleashing the Bronco.
Is that right?
Oh, I don't know, but I would think that this would be a good stage. But go ahead.
So, what commercial will appear first? Audi or Porsche? They're both going to have an ad. Who will appear first?
Audi.
Even money. Audi. I'm with Audi too. Cheetos or Heinz? Cheetos or Heinz? Cheetos. Me too. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Always Pepsi, I think too. This one's weird. I might unload on this one. Pop-Tarts or Doritos? We already know Doritos got 5 ads in the bag. Pop-Tarts? Who buys Pop-Tarts? They will have one ad.
Yeah.
What will air first, though? You got 5 shots with Doritos, or will they put Pop-Tarts early to get it over with?
Doritos is going to hammer that. They're spending more money. They got to watch that.
Exactly. I'm down with Doritos. All right, a couple more.
How did you know they have 5 ads?
I do. Super Bowl is one of my favorite days of the year, dude. I do all kinds of fun research.
You say that 6 times a year.
That's very true. I do that. All right, do this one for me. Do this one. Color of liquid
Golly.
poured on the coach. Gatorade. You ready? Is it the favorite is
blue?
Nope. What is the favorite? The favorite is clear white. White or clear. Blue 6-1. Orange 5-1. I'm sorry. The favorite is green. 2.5-1. They've got a new one in here. This is where my money is going to lie. Purple 8-1. Kobe, purple, boom.
I think that's a good.
You like this?
I like that.
You like
I like that strategy.
8-1.
You got to hope that some fat lineman grabs the Kobe bucket, but
that's right. The other deal is if they don't pour the Gatorade, everybody loses the bet. Have you heard this?
No.
That's how Vegas gets you. If they don't actually pour the Gatorade on the coach, you're out. Heads or tails?
Always tails.
Always tails. Tails never fails. Oh, here's a couple more before we go. Now this will make this the last one. Okay. So, and actually, scratch this. We got the Gatorade one. What do you think? Who do you think is going to win the game? Just talk to me.
What's the spread right now?
1. Kansas City -1.
Kansas City -1. I think Kansas City's going to win this game.
Do you really?
I think it's going to go Kansas City in the under.
Yep, I've got San Francisco in the over. So once again, we agree on nothing, which par for the course for this podcast.
Right.
But I will be watching it. It's so weird. I don't have any Super Bowl plans yet. It's Friday. Normally we've got them, got to plan a couple weeks in advance.
There's 6 parties that I'm going to.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Where can I maybe?
I don't have privy to show. They knew I was going to see you today, and they said specifically, do not let Chad know. But I'll let you know what kind of fun we had, and we'll take selfies of all the fun we're having.
Sounds wonderful, Hank. Sounds wonderful. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy your Super Bowl weekend. Hank, good luck in the tournament this weekend.
You too, buddy.
Big weekend for us.
Other big plans? What's your plans? Tonight, tomorrow?
Tonight, well, we're supposed to have a party for one of our friends that was turning 50, but it was a tennis event. It looks like it's going to get rained out, so we're not doing that. Tomorrow, definitely the basketball game, 10 o'clock. And then my buddy Al Gargas is his birthday this weekend.
Wow.
There's a lot of birthday stuff going on. And then Sunday, I was asked to play golf in the morning and then go straight to Super Bowl. I just said no to golf, just getting amped up for the Super Bowl, bro. I
feel that.
How about you, bud?
We are. So Reagan left town today, and she's going to Chapel Hill with a couple of her buddies.
Cool.
So Harrison and I don't know what we're doing tonight. We've got tomorrow, we have your game, our game.
Yes.
We got an indoor soccer game.
Whoa.
Okay,
right. After
that. Then I think we're going to go skiing Sunday morning.
Is that right?
Yep, and then get back for the Super Bowl. I think that's kind of where our plans are. Little boys weekend.
Love it. Sounds pretty fabulous. Yeah. So, little boys weekend, eat a steak, do something special with your man, celebrating the championship that's going to happen Saturday morning.
There's going to be some celebrating.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
January 31st, brother.
Oh my gosh, I forget about that. That's a very important day to you. So good luck with that.
I can hear my liver shaking.
I dig it. All right, buddy. Well, thank you for a great show. Thank you to our audience. Big fan for listening to another podcast. And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. We're on there too if you want to see these lovely faces live and in person.
Today is Jenny Hines' birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Jenny Hines. A beautiful 27 years old, I'm sure, right?
I'm sure.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Jenny Hines. Thank you to the Mesh. Thank you to Moose. Talk to you guys 2 weeks. Peace.
Just looking in your eyes, I'm looking for more, and you're what I've been praying for.